Welcome back to Speak. It's Tuesday, so it's time for Key's Big List. What do you got for us today, Key?
I got a big list, Joy. I got 6 teams. You know, every week it changes. I might have 6 one week. I might have 4, 10, 8. Who just knows? But I'm going to start off at number 6, and I'm going to pick the Dallas Cowboys. The defense only allowed 230 yards, forced 2 turnovers. That's big time. The offense, they put up some numbers. Nothing big after Dak Prescott got that big bag. Things kind of slowed down a little bit. But the defense, they certainly showed up in Mike Zimmer's scheme for the first time. At number 5, this is a shocker to a lot of people, but not to me because I got eyes for the football. I know what I'm watching and what I'm seeing. The Baltimore Ravens, yes, they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs on that Thursday night. The Chiefs took them down, no question about it. But Lamar accounted for almost 400 total yards on offense. You got to think, whatever it is, they're going to be around in the end. And they're not going to falter. Sitting at number 4, Joy and Paul, is the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff remains underrated in my opinion. He is one of the top young quarterbacks. I call him young because he's not over 40 yet in the National Football League. He's still a young quarterback in my eyes, especially for the Detroit Lions. He's been to the NFC Championship game. He took the Rams to the Super Bowl. I still feel like Detroit's going to be in the mix at the end of the year. Sitting at number 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. The main reason is Saquon Barkley. He elevated that offense. 132 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. I bet you the Giants are sitting around saying, damn, what the hell did we just do? We just gave our best player away because we didn't want to pay him, but the Eagles said, we'll take you. Sitting at number 2, the team we saw last night in the San Francisco 49ers. They still look dominant. They still look like the team coming out of the NFC. Strong win without Christian McCaffrey. They sit at number 2. Then number 1 is easy. It's the Super Bowl champions. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. Plenty of weapons. They showed off speedster and Xavier Worthy. So we already know what it is. That's my top 6 list. Next week, it could be a little higher.
I ain't feeling this list.
Okay, so what's wrong with it?
First of all, you being a prisoner of the moment,
Okay.
putting the Niners up that high. I like them, but I will move the Eagles and put them number 2. Saquon Barkley, like you said, that's the telltale difference. And then right here, you put a team in the top 6, that's 0-1. They're the only team that ever won a game.
That's okay.
How they?
Because all them other teams that won games, I'm betting the Ravens beat them.
Nah. We got to throw Tampa in there. I'm putting Tampa Bay. I'm putting the Bucks in there. Baker Mayfield right now.
They beat a rookie quarterback in Washington.
That's okay. I like what they look like.
I'm cool with the top 2.
Okay.
And I'm cool with the Eagles being up there. I would disagree with you on moving the Eagles over the Niners, Paul, because I think that the Eagles still offensively look like they had some things they still need to work out.
Yeah, they still got to work some stuff out.
The Niners looked great all
Without
around.
CMC.
Without CMC.
All right.
And with Ayuk not playing his level of ball either. So I would leave the Niners there.
Okay.
But I feel like I hear you on the Ravens, and I think they're going to be there at the end too. But the Bills, like, you know what I mean? Like, Josh Allen was responsible for a lot.
The Bills was down 14-3.
But they won.
I understand.
But they won.
At Orchard Park, down at home, 14-3 to Kyler Murray and the Arizona damn Cardinals. And on top of that, it took Josh Allen to be a miracle. And
but you're talking about Lamar Jackson.
Keep that up.
This is not like the list for
Lamar Jackson lost to the Super Bowl champions.
This is not the list for the rest of the year, right?
No.
Okay, so
it changes.
So you gotta have first. You gotta have either the Bucks.
They can move up when they win.
You gotta have the Texans.
No.
Yes.
No. There's a reason.
And listen. I love Lamar Jackson and the Ravens too, but you lost, and you had a lot of things that you look like you need to fix. The Texans had a big win. Their new pieces contributed.
Colts.
The Colts look better than we thought they were.
Oh, God.
The Bills came back. Josh Allen contributed.
Arizona.
But he was great. They won.
Is key,
and then the Bucks played an all-around great game.
The Bucks, they beat Washington.
Cowboys.
So
It doesn't mean that the Bucks not 7. I just don't have 7 teams. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. When I factor in a lot of this, when I'm looking at the Ravens going on the road in against Kansas City, they was in the mix. They was right there. And it got away from them.
But watching how that game went, you feel strong. You feel more confident in the way that the Ravens performed in that game than you do about how Josh Allen and the Bills played.
I really do.
About how the Bucks played.
I honestly do, because the Ravens are better than both. The Ravens are better than all 3 of those teams. The Ravens are better than all 3 of those teams.
You know what,
Just because you're undefeated doesn't mean.
I would have the Ravens at maybe 7 myself. But I'd have to slide one of those teams that won in, whether it was the Bucks, the Bills. Or
Oh, see, that's
It can't be over the Cowboys. Not over the Cowboys losing.
But the dude, you see this? You see this? This is called the end line, the back of the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what he did?
Yeah.
He stepped on it in the Ravens game.
Listen,
if he'd have just did, if he'd have wore white shoes like I got on, they right there in overtime, like right there.
It's a game of inches.
They're right there.
Yes, I hear you.
But y'all don't really have a problem with the 16.
What about the play before?
I got a problem just with the Ravens.
Yeah, my only
That's
issue.
it.
I would say this. I didn't really love how the Lions played either. They got the win, but I didn't really love how they played either. I would put the Cowboys at 4.
Overtime, depleted Rams
No, I
team.
can't.
The Cowboys' defense was unbelievable. They dominated on the road.
Yeah.
I would have to move the Cowboys up to 4. The Lions did get the win, and I think the Lions will be there at the end as well. But there's just other teams that had really impressive performances and won.
See, this is why it's Key's list. Because I can't have y'all messing with my list. This is why it's Key's list.
This is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to
but y'all telling me
on behalf of the public.
You're looking at the Cowboys beating up on a Cleveland team with a quarterback that is, I don't even know what that is.
Who was favorite?
Yeah, but that stop, man. A quarterback played like garbage. Then you talk about a Detroit team in week 1 with a quarterback that didn't play in the preseason at all. They wind up getting a win against a tough Rams team.
I have a question, though. Why do we keep making this provision for players that didn't play in the preseason?
Because this is their preseason.
Who were available to play in the preseason.
Because it's their preseason right now. These first couple games.
But these counts. These are real games. They go in the win-loss column at the end of the year when you're like, what was your record?
Right.
That is a game that goes on your record.
Right.
You know what doesn't? The preseason.
But, Joy,
so if you are healthy.
You're rusty.
But you can play in the preseason.
But you got to chip off the rust.
But while you're chipping off the rust, all those stats and those wins and losses count.
Yeah, but they won. They didn't lose. So it counts. Yes,
I get it. I don't know that I can keep making. If you are injured or you're dealing with contract situations, I think that's a okay provision to not have you playing in the preseason.
No, you shouldn't play. If you're really good and you're a good player, you shouldn't play in the preseason. Preseason's for guys that are trying to make the team. But
then also, shouldn't you not be rusty?
Well, you're going to be rusty a little bit.
To the point where it hurts the team.
Well, it's good. You're going to be rusty because most of the guys, when the frontline guys don't play, that means all of them are missing action.
Correct.
So they're not going to just take 1 or 2 out. They usually take everybody out, you know, because...
You're not going against the ones. But what I'm saying is, like, if it's, say, last night, like we're saying that Aaron Rodgers didn't play the way that he's going to play in a few weeks because he didn't play in the preseason.
Yeah, but he also didn't play all last year.
Right, because of rust, though.
Yes.
So if it's going to be detrimental to the team in week 1, why would you not play in the preseason?
Because I don't want to wind up having somebody of that caliber on the stretcher. Don't want that.
So you're willing to sacrifice losses during the regular season?
To stay healthy, yes. If we're going to lose our first couple games and then we get better as time goes on, because nobody's going undefeated anyway. That's just the reality of it. There's nobody's going undefeated.
No.
So if
but in the AFC, the playoff race is going to be very tight down the stretch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really high-level offensive talent
that we talk about, Joy, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to lose this year. They're going to lose a game this year.
Well, let's take the Chiefs out of it, because the Chiefs were the lowest
Buffalo
that they've been last year.
is going to lose this year. Miami's going to lose this year. Pittsburgh's going to lose. The Ravens are going to lose again.
So you're saying that because the Ravens lost close
to Kansas
Chiefs,
City, who won the Super Bowl,
for more than...
Well, I just think that when you start talking about the Ravens, we'll see the Dallas Cowboys and the Ravens in 2 weeks. They play each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can have that conversation at that point in time. But the Ravens sitting at 5 are better than those teams that would be at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 for me.
The Cowboys. Right
I
now.
do. That's just me, though. That's just me. I'm hating, I guess.
No, you're not hating. Although I do think that Playmaker will disagree with you. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.